Hello everyone, it is I, Evil Skyman, back here again with another session of Adventures of Avacia, Heavenless Sky. We are on session 34, so close to 40, but yet so nowhere near knowing how these things go. We have everybody here today, and oh my gosh, why did Sagoon roll so many fireballs?
Wow. I don't remember. Why did he?
He didn't want to talk about it.
A fireball for every sin a crook committed.
Oh my gosh, that's violent.
He said, "I."
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent, Jackson. All right, that's correct.
He did say no comment in the in the Discord
right.
chat. I saw that Jackson is on crappy hotel Wi-Fi, but yeah, we're here now. So
You gotta read it right. He's on shitty crap poo-poo fart Wi-Fi.
Sure. Yes. So as of this week, there are 3 individuals who cannot do the session recap. It is Owen for obvious reasons, Salem because she was not present, and Jackson because he was either late or left early. I never specified in my little sheet.
He left early.
Left early. So, yes, we're here now. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of you that can do the session recap. And remember, doesn't matter your accuracy of it. You get a D6 for doing it anyway. So before I roll that dice, are there any volunteers?
I volunteer.
That's shut up.
I'm
Owen.
feeling lucky.
Garrett's feeling lucky. All right, that's a.
We all know what I want. What I need.
Ryan.
One joy in life. Don't take it from him.
Ryan, do it.
Let me put my in and out away real quick. Just gotta put that over there. Yeah. Okay. Bro, that die, do it. Just fucking do it.
I feel like it also gets like there's a level of
It's like an
depression to it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something there.
Like desperation
I'm-
and pain.
Listen, I'm fucking taking out Wesley. I'm digging in deep for Wesley's crippling gambling addiction. And I'm putting it out on the table. All right.
There's a
Alright,
modicum of
so
truth
in
within
terms
Wesley.
of this, according to my lovely little lineup, Garrett is 1, James is 2, Paige is 3, Ryan is 4. So
If I don't see a fucking 1, I'm gonna lose it.
All right.
Oh wow!
the dice gods despise Garrett.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, you're allowed to confess now, and there will be no consequences from me. I can't speak for Garrett. Have you been hacking? Have you been hacking Roll20 to get this to happen?
What?
No, but I did meet with the Roll20 execs, and my knees are super sore.
Whoa! Damn!
It's just
All right.
Wow.
Some graphic
How
imagery
many
right there.
sacrifices have you made to RNGesus? But
Like
no,
in my-
fucking-
like at my job, when it's like, hey, you have that good spot, you have that good post. How'd you get it? Dude, my knees are fucking they're fucking wrecked. I can barely stand anymore.
Jeez Louise. All right, well, Garrett, session recap, if you would please.
Yes, I'm gonna keep it brief just so that we get, we can get into the swing of things. So I'm not gonna go over like every single little detail because it's on the internet. You want to know what happens? Go watch it. Session 33. We cut back to with Dwell and Ariax meeting with this guy who just probably doesn't love his job. He likes it, but it's just not. He doesn't want to be teaching these. I don't know how to exactly put it, but these people that don't know the magic like he does. The below him, if you will.
He's the South Park episode of farting in a glass and sniffing it because he likes the smell of his own farts.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, every chef
Yeah.
loves the smell of their own brand, so there is that. So we start off with the fact that is it Magus? Is that
Magus.
That's Magus. He's mogging.
Mog.
Magus. He kind of states to both of them that Dwell had defected, whatever that means. Who the fuck knows? They had a riveting conversation back and forth. Dwell loving 0% of it. And it was really just a back and forth of, Dwell hating him and all of his evil deeds that he had brought onto her in the Mages Union. But is that really the case? Who knows? But on a lighter note, Ariax would then bring up that he had heard that a blacksmith lives somewhere here in Lolis, and he rolled high enough to persuade Magus to give him the details of it because of the fact that Ariax had the ingot of mana steel on him. So that piqued Magus's interest a bit, and decided to give Ariax the information on where specifically he could look for this individual who was known as Popa the Guardian. They leave, and Ariax brings the fact to Dwell that we should just go to the sewers and look for this Popa guy. But then Dwell's like, I don't know if I'm really feeling that, but maybe someone back at the house is. So they decide to go back and try and convince the rest to go on a little excursion with them. Meanwhile, Marl decides to leave the comfort of Grimm's lovely estate to go talk to Meryl. And by doing so, he wanted to just go off by himself, but Oryx did not love that notion from his standpoint, so he told Sagoon to go with him. They then start to head over and finally meet back up with Meryl, and it was mostly just a conversation about how Marl kind of compares the similarities between Lolis and his home of Uragon, and is asking how to help and whatnot. But Meryl kind of sheds light on the matter of this isn't exactly something that one person can just accomplish. It's kind of just a bunch of back and forth with that matter. But it doesn't seem like she's giving away every piece of information. Probably not in any malicious way, but regardless of that, she's still hiding stuff from the whole truth. So after the conversation, Sagoon and Marl kind of chat about the whole endeavor, and that Marl feels as if there's not enough people here who really care for the city, but Sagoon kind of speaks up for the matter, at least in Oryx's case, and I'm sure others within the city, where it's not exactly a cut and dry situation, so they kind of just have that whole debacle. But eventually they go back, and while both of those interactions were going on, Bo and Oryx were having a conversation down in the living room in front of the fireplace, and then eventually Grimm comes down, joins the conversation, and we learn a little bit more about him, about how he is or was a criminal, depending on how you look at it. But Meryl had essentially given him a second chance at a better life. How better it is from here, it's Lolis. But regardless, he's got a roof over his head, and he has been aiding in the efforts to rebuild Lolis, but as stated before, not an easy task or feat at all. Let me scroll down. Apologize. Right. So, eventually, all groups then converge back at Mr. Grimm's house, and Ariax brings up wanting to go into the sewers. Mostly everyone agrees to go, except for Marl and Lorelei, mostly because Lorelei was asleep, and Marl just didn't necessarily want to go. So the rest of the group went on, going to the rundown church that is said to be in front of the sewer hole that we are supposed to get to. Along the way, we find Oryx's little alleyway that he would stay in as a child. It is everything that I'm sure everyone thought it would be. A dingy alleyway with no box. So that was a fun show and tell. But afterwards, we moved on to the church. We decided to take a step inside to see none other than Father Patry, who is the man who has honestly helped the most in Lolis, whether he thinks so or not. His duty and diligence of protecting those when there were waves of corruptors that invaded the city is immense, and he has always brought those, no matter who they are, inside to shelter them from the harmfulness that lays dormant outside. So that was a nice little catch up for Oryx, and eventually we find out that Father Patry knows of this Popa, and upon going outside, he then roars with this draconic caw and into the sewer grate, and from that a corruptor actually tried to attack him. The roar was loud enough to lure maybe one or two into the open vicinity, but were quickly dealt with. But eventually, a very, very interesting fella pops up from the sewer. He's not teenage, he might be mutant, he's not a ninja, but he certainly is a turtle. It's Popa. And at that point, Oryx then remembers who Popa is. He was not known as Popa the Guardian back in his heyday. He was known as the Crackhead. So that was a fun little interaction. But after a bit of convincing, Popa decides to allow us to all go into the sewer system and would lead us to find this blacksmith that we speak of. It is just dingy, gross, and icky. Other words to describe the fact that this place sucked. And we would see various different types of corruptors as we were going through. And eventually, Popa describes that they are all converging into one place underneath the city inside these sewer systems, allegedly. And putting kind of two and two together, it might be somewhere underneath the town hall that all of these corruptors are leading towards. Not exactly sure, but for now, just a theory. So we continue onwards until we get to a roadblock of where, correct me if I'm wrong, Zach, was it the wall shift and morphed into place so that it was literally just like a wall blocking the way to go?
Yes.
Okay. And it was from a corrupted earth elemental.
Probably.
So, most likely. Sorry. Allegedly. Yes. So Popa tells us that we need to come back tomorrow, and then the pathway will be open. We're like, Okay, fine. So we leave. And while going back, Oryx forgot to mention this earlier. Oryx had like this weird sensation in his mind going on that was leading him towards the town hall, and the word descend kept on popping up in his mind. But as we were passing it, going back to Mr. Grimm's house, it then transpired yet again. And the curiosity got the better of him, and he wanted to go and explore the abandoned town hall. And Ariax and Bo, along with Zadriel, decided to go with him. While Sagoon and Dwell decided to go back. While exploring the the basement of the town hall, they come across the same individual that they had met before. Through a dark cloud of like ash, presumably. It's that same tiefling or individual with, red horns that we had seen before, who's kind of like donned in this I don't have his hero forge pulled up. Hang on. See. Right. It's he's adorned in like this like black cloak with like an all white outfit, sporting like a rapier and like a revolver. And he after that, everyone kind of got into like a more defensive stance, because this guy that we now know from the group that he resides in is part of the Gallery. So that ain't good. So he states that he's looking for something that the Duchess Meryl might have left behind, and that Lolis has one last use when we rip out its heart. Very cryptic, very weird. Whatever it is, Oryx did not like that. And he then referred to Oryx as a little brother, referring to the ailment that is afflicting him. And usually Oryx is a very careful individual, but in this moment, he kind of threw caution to the wind and really wanted to get this guy out of the city. And with the backing up and assistance of the go-ahead from Ariax and Bo, a very short fight occurred, where we realized we couldn't exactly do much to the guy. He's kind of made of ash, supposedly, or at least that's what we think right now. But we saw that the radiance from the Ring of Sunlight was able to afflict him and caused his incorporeal ash form to then solidify once more, and damage was actually able to be dealt. So he's not invincible, which is good to know. And after realizing this, the man then decides to flee while we kind of run after him. We see that he makes his way and escapes back into the sewers. So whatever's down there must be super duper important for the Gallery. So otherwise known as not good for us. So after that, Marl goes and talks to Mr. Grimm for a little bit, just about Ergon and whatnot, while Dwell and Sagoon make their way back. They get kind of cleaned up and clean back up the house. Oh, and I should mention that a book was dropped, which was Meryl's journal, that Oryx and Bo and Ariax decided to bring back. And when they got back, they handed it over to Dwell for her to read aloud. And it was basically just a lot of reasonings as to why Lolis fell into the somewhat shitty city that it is today. And that's where we left off.
All right. Go ahead and take your D6 of inspiration. thank you for providing the recap.
Mhm.
1 second. My computer is lagging because I opened up a new YouTube tab. But yes, so that's basically the gist of it. And we did end off with everybody in the party turning in for the evening. So you all are receiving a lovely night of sleep. I air quotes around the word lovely because it's Lolis. You're basically sleeping in, like, every so often as you guys are, like, in bed or wherever you guys decide to sleep in Grimm's house, there's the occasional war cry of a bandit or the howl of a corruptor in the distance. But at the moment, you guys got a job to do. I mean, Oryx, you probably could sleep through it if you wanted. You lived
Home
here.
sweet home, baby.
Yeah, it's nice white noise to help you drift off. You know.
Absolutely.
Brown noise.
No. No. No.
That's just
What?
disgusting.
That's nasty.
If you've never heard of what brown noise, oh whatever. It's an actual thing, but okay.
Okay. Anyways, switch with the music for you guys. Why the hell is YouTube lagging?
You
like it
fucking
wants to kill
disgust me.
itself? Why does my computer hate me, guys? I'm honestly nothing.
Because it
but
just
nice.
does, dog. Sucks.
Maybe it's because I don't threaten this one as much. All the other laptops I've had previously, every time they started acting up, I would threaten to deep fry it. But this time, I haven't been doing that.
Rude, Zach.
And it's just, it's getting too comfortable. Okay. So, back in, I'll move you guys back onto the second floor of Olivia Grimm's house. So yeah, Marl, you did not sleep well. It's hard wood. There's nothing comfortable about this. It was cold. It was hardwood. Your back is sore and your joints ache. I don't know what to tell you. You slept on the floor, mate.
Yeah, the cold doesn't bother him.
Just-
He is a trite.
That is a statement. But so, we're gonna go ahead and say that Lorelai, you would be the first awake because technically you've slept the longest.
Yeah, I slept like a whole day. Didn't
Yes.
I?
Yeah. Oh, you slept for like half a day and through the night.
Half a day? Okay.
So, but make sure that everybody here has taken the effects of a long rest. Just want to make sure that you all did that because
Oh,
Yes.
right.
I did it last session.
it'd be kind of bad if you walked into a dungeon without all your resources. Lorelai, you wake up. It's around, I'll say, 7 a.m. You still see that you kind of peek out a small window in the room. The window's thin enough to where nothing could actually get in, but big enough to where you can see outside and kind of look around. It's still pouring rain out there. Just kind of a gloomy, depressing sight. Nothing compared to the beautiful sunrises you've seen outside your window in Drawmore. But you can see that Dwell took the bed next to you, and you can assume that everybody went to sleep. No harm, no foul.
Okay, that's good. I definitely think she like stares at Dwell for like uncomfortably a second too long, and then gets up.
Is there anything you would like to be doing?
I think I want to go look and see if anyone else is awake.
You open the door, and the door opens into Marl.
I think she gets really confused because she's like, "What's in front of the door?" And then like sticks her head out, and then just sees Marl.
Just him slumped over, leaning against the wall, with a door digging into his thigh now.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let Dwell handle this when she wakes up. I'm gonna shut the door. I'm gonna go sit on my bed. This is Dwell's problem.
Okay. So, Who would like? I'm gonna say Bo. You would probably be the next person up. You wake up, you see that the bed next to you was not taken, and you see Ariax having rolled out his sleeping bag on the floor. This is what you saw last night, and it's clear that Marl did not take the other bed.
So people just like the floor then. All right, cool.
Dang it. No one took it. I assumed.
Aw.
Ariax, your
Well,
joints
I
are
mean-
less sore, but because you had the sleeping bag, but
I'm used to sleeping out in uncomfortable places, but it's been a while.
Well, I'd probably call this an uncomfortable place. So I mean, you know, home sweet home.
He's all like getting up. Zazriel, of course, like just on him because he's just having like in his arms like a baby just knocked out. All right, are we gonna? Is everyone ready to go already, or is everyone still in the process of waking up?
I don't know. I haven't even walked out of here. Here, guess we could go look.
Yeah, probably should since it's the dungeon and everything.
Yeah. All right.
you guys step out of your room, and you turn the only way you can turn. Marl's on the floor in the middle, and not in the middle, but in the hallway.
Don't worry about it.
Morning.
That's a
Big
comfortable spot.
I'll probably get in now. Huh? What?
Can I hear them talking from inside the room?
Yeah, you kind of left the door cracked open, so yeah, you can hear him.
I like poke my head out.
Oh, morning.
Morning.
Yeah. I fall asleep here.
Yeah, I don't know why you're sleeping here, but because we kind of need to go out this way.
Oh, I'm not in front of the door, am I?
She opens it a little bit further.
It's a
You're
thud.
quite literally.
He'll just kind of shift himself a bit more to the left so you can open the door.
Lorelai kind of like looks over at Bo.
I couldn't tell you. Ariash chose the floor too.
Okay, well, I'm gonna close this now and go wake up Dwell so we can get ready to go. If you wanna get off the floor. And she just kind of like slowly shuts the door.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. He stands up and stretches, and you can hear like the crackling of his vertebrae as he stretches out his back. Party time tonight.
Lorelai, you're going to wake up Dwell.
Yes.
Dwell.
I'm like standing over her. The concept of personal space doesn't exist to this woman.
No! Oh no!
She's not like crazy close to you, but she's definitely like hanging over you, and she has a lot of hair, so it you know, gravity. It's not pleasant. She just starts poking you in the face. Like directly on your cheek, just like poking you
Get out.
multiple times.
Get the. What?
Hi.
Don't do that, please. That's.
Sorry. I
Please
was just
don't
trying to
touch
wake
me.
you up. Oh, sorry.
What time is it?
Like 7, I think.
It's 7. That's
Everyone
so
else is
early.
getting
Why would you
up.
wake me up?
Because everyone else is up.
Right, it's
That early.
dungeon day, isn't it?
I think so. I don't really know. I don't really know what you guys did while I was asleep.
We went into the sewers.
That's
You
gross.
looked out, Bob. Yeah, you looked out. Speaking
Oh,
of, do you think you could? Dwell will like pull the gloves. Absolutely ruined, torn. There is a bite mark in one of them, by the way, Lorelai. You think you could
nice.
repair these?
Yeah, I could try. Probably not today, but I can keep them with my stuff until I get the
Oh.
chance.
I would really like if you could rush the job a little bit, maybe.
Well, it is dungeon day.
All right, yeah, I can make do.
Well, okay, let me see if I have a pair of something you can use just for today. I
Thank
might
you.
have something. No promises.
Yeah.
By the way,
Mhm.
just so you're like not like freaked out when you open the door, Marl like when I like got up this morning was like asleep like outside our door like just sitting there. I don't know why.
I mean, he was at the side when I went in, but I figured it'd just, like, I don't know, move himself.
No, he was there when I opened the door. So I don't know if he's like still there. Just like warning
Eh.
you, because I know it's like kind of touch and go between you two, and I don't want to stress you out first thing in the morning.
I'm already a little bit stressed, Lorelai.
Well, I tried.
I guess I appreciate it.
Sure.
She's like rifling through her bag to see if she has anything.
I don't know. I might have some fabric you can wrap around your hands.
I'd greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, it won't be as ceremonious as gloves, and it won't be as effective. Kind of like, you know, Oryx's bandages? Kind of like that. But that'll be the best
Alright.
I can give you.
How much do you think my skin will be touching things?
I don't know. How much do you touch things?
Not a lot. Well,
I mean-
skin, like, you know, I don't really.
Your fingertips might be out, but I can try wrapping. I mean, it'll be difficult, but I could try.
I don't know. Do it as quickly as you gotta. Sure, I guess. Try it.
Gives you like a funny look, but she'll hold out her hand.
Very, very disgusted look on her face. Not even disgusted, maybe more apprehensive look. And we'll, like, hold her hands out for you.
She'll try to do it without touching your like skin to skin as much as possible.
Well appreciates it.
Yeah, she's definitely being mindful.
Alright. That gets done. I'm gonna go ahead and shift downstairs to the main level where Sagoon and Oryx are spending the evening. Sagoon, you slept right up against the fire. So, I mean, you were not, even though you were on the floor, you were not cold.
Nope.
At Oryx, you kind of wake up idly. You slept in the chair, so you're pretty much okay. But you both hear what appear. You can hear the stove and some stuff going on in the kitchen, and also just something that smells really good coming from that direction.
Are you cooking something, Oryx?
No, I'm not, but I think I might have seen the Mr. Grimm come down earlier.
Wonder if he's making anything to share, because it smells really good.
I would not get your hopes up, but who knows? You might.
Around now is when Marl, Ariax, and Bo would come down the steps.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Everyone sleep all right?
As well as you can.
I slept like a baby. These two like the floor for some reason, but
Well, I didn't mean to fall asleep on the floor. I just kind of did.
Right. Well, as long as everyone's got enough energy for today, I guess that's all that matters.
I'm amped, man. Listen, this has been a drab. Not gonna. I mean, no offense, Oryx, but I'm excited for this dungeon. Just action, getting back in there overtime.
You know it.
The three of you now smell what's cooking in the kitchen.
Smell something good? Is that one of us, or is that Grim?
It's Mr. Grimm.
That's good. Oh, by the way, do I have? Looks at Zadriel. Do you still have jerky left?
He just kind of reaches up over his shoulder behind himself, and then pulls out a stick of jerky from nowhere.
I don't. I need someone magical to explain this.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I just don't understand how he does it. He does it so nonchalantly.
Thank God.
What's up?
What time are we supposed to meet back up with Meryl?
Meryl said she would come pick you guys up
Okay.
sometime this morning, so that could be soon, but you guys assume that you have time to get breakfast and make sure do whatever you need to do with your morning routines. Hint hint for those of you spellcasters that need it, mage armor.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Well, if he's not making anything for us, we could at least ask if we could use his kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Probably a good idea.
I'll make my way over to the kitchen.
Okay.
With whoever wants to
What's
join.
up, kitty?
Okay. Oryx, you open the door to the kitchen, and you're greeted with... It's a sight that you have to blink a couple of times because it's almost too good to be true. You see that the table has several platters on it, or I say platters, but plates of bacon, eggs, sausages, fresh toasted rolls, butter, and you see that Oliver's currently at the stove and he appears to be cooking more. He seems to be just humming to himself. Doesn't seem to acknowledge you walking in.
Still cooking for one, Mr. Grimm?
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Glad to see you all are doing fine now.
As fine as we can be.
Right. Now then, hurry up and get your fill. If I don't feed you all and you all die in the dungeon, Meryl's gonna be upset with me and can't be having that.
Huh. Thanks, old man.
Won't thank me yet.
Breakfast is served, guys. Come and get some.
As
All
Oryx
right.
calls that out, Lorelei and Dwell, if you want to, you can have come down.
Yeah.
Well, that smells better than I expected to.
Mm-hmm.
You guys all file into the kitchen and see the modest feast that Olivier has prepared for all of you.
Thanks.
Again, thanks so much. This is great.
Yeah.
Don't be
Thank
shy.
you.
I've got plenty. At least for myself.
Yes, will definitely be needed for what we probably have to deal with today.
Team Overtime has enjoyed a warm meal in a cold place. As you all enjoy your breakfast, you all gain a D2 of inspiration each.
Oh,
Massive.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, God. Big preach.
Is there any conversation that wants to happen over breakfast, or are you guys just kind of getting in the zone?
Did I miss anything important yesterday?
They went to the sewers. I don't know what happened down there.
You didn't go?
No, I stayed back to talk to Mr. Grimm.
It was a time.
Very interesting time.
You're Spadacryptors.
We didn't exactly meet who we were trying to, but we at least now know that after the dungeon today that we can go back down there and we should be able to meet the person we were looking for.
Hmm.
But Bo, Ariax, and I were later attacked by a member of the Gallery.
Seriously? You
Yeah.
guys are okay, right?
That's what you noticed.
We're fine.
And I guess I should be a little bit more specific. It was more as if we attacked him, which
Yeah.
sorry, Ariax and Bo, I didn't mean to drag you guys into something that could have harmed us. It was careless of me, and it's not usually how I do things, so
We
I'm sorry.
honestly, man, the guy was kind of a piece of shit, anyways. So you don't have to feel too bad.
I mean, I can't lie. In the moment, I was hesitant, but I mean, I had your back. So I mean, if you're gonna blame yourself, I mean, I should blame myself too for not stopping you. So I mean, you're fine. I think if we had known he was untouchable, you know, would have been a different story. I think if he was tangible, we were jumping him right there.
I never knew someone could possess that type of ability.
What,
But
you
it's
guys
still
just
no
couldn't lay your
excuse.
fingers on him?
No, everything that we tried to do just kind of phased right through him. Even more elemental based attacks like, you know, how Ariax kind of ignites his blade on fire and whatnot. Even that didn't really affect him. But when I used my ring of sunlight, it made him tangible yet again, and one of my punches did land. So he is weak to I guess a sort of light or a radiance. Maybe weak's not the real word, but it makes him able to be hit, at least as far as we can tell.
Anybody else have access to that, or are we just gonna rely on Oryx's ring at that point?
I have those. I have lots of those spells.
You have a few, at the very least.
I have the dagger, I think, from that one guy.
He ran back into the sewers, so if he's stayed here ever since yesterday's battle, and we end up going back down there for the blacksmith, we might end up running into him again. And with that being said, I'm not going to do what I did with Ariax and Bo again. I'm only going to want to fight if we feel as if that we are confident enough to do so, and that we have a plan or something of the rather. So I swear I won't make a repeat of that again. I don't really know what was coming over me.
Well, whatever it is, you've dealt with it before now, once, and came out and you learned. So,
Right. Well, for now, let's not worry about it too much. We've got a dungeon that we have to deal with first.
I'm kind of excited. We haven't done a dungeon in a while.
Yeah, but the last time we did a dungeon, we had to deal with the Gallery in one sense of the word or another, and then the aftermath of them. So let's hope we don't have a repeat.
Maybe this one will be a fun dungeon.
Like a fungeon.
A fungeon.
something tells me your hopes are going to be dashed. I'm sorry to say this, but
Something tells me you're a pessimist.
Orc's like kind of chokes on his water that he's sipping.
Yeah, Dwell just
There
wide-eyed stares.
I will say there's no pause in that. Zero.
I mean-
None.
probably, but I don't know. Everything I've heard about these dungeons are they wouldn't be so worried about the dungeon here if it was fun.
Right, but you never know. Maybe we'll find something that's fun. Like a fun treasure.
Well, that's always the hope, isn't it? Let's hope we can at least get something useful out of it.
Exactly. If we come into it with a Well, yeah. Well, if we come into it with a positive attitude, we're more likely to leave with a positive attitude.
I agree. I think that's a great outlook.
Thank you.
Well, same as usual. Let's try to stick together unless absolutely necessary.
No, sorry. That was me talking to my dog.
Oh, I was like, what am I
Sorry.
going to shush for?
Sorry, my bad. I meant to mute.
You're fine. No, you're good. Let's as usual, let's just try to stick together mostly. There's not really any sense in splitting up unless we absolutely have to, or we feel as if it's safe enough to do so. But I think we've learned from the last dungeon that exploring every crook and cranny could lead to traps being set off. So just let's be precautious but still thorough.
And
I get a third manacle.
Listen, I'm not going to talk to any more weird plants unless we need me to talk to any more weird plants. I can't go through that again.
Understandable.
So when's the Duchess coming to pick us up?
She said sometime this morning, so
There is a
at this
knock
point
on
only
the
a matter
door.
of time. And it's like the fates just want to align themselves.
You guys, are you guys answering the door yourselves, or
Does Grim go to do it, or no?
Grim kind of you see Grim you see him peek out the window for a second, he lifts the curtain, peeks out the window, and he kind of just takes off. You see him he had a brass knuckle slipped on immediately, and he just kind of pockets it and he starts walking towards the door.
That must be her.
You just keep that on you at all times.
It's not the only thing I keep on me.
Respect.
Is anyone following him to the door?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Curious.
I'm going to shove the rest of my food in my mouth and then yes.
It's fair.
I'm not wasting this.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's good food. But Olivier opens the door, looks at, and you see Meryl there, and next to her is Oscar, the guard who escorted you guys to her yesterday. And she's just like, "Hello, good morning." Lorelai, if you're looking at her, go ahead and make me a medicine check.
Okay.
Oh no. Miss Meryl.
Where the fuck is medicine? Am I blind? There it is.
That'll pass. She does not. She kind of looked actually worse than she did yesterday. The bags under her eyes seem deeper. Her breath is quick and shallow. She doesn't seem to be able to like stand up straight. She's kind of swaying side to side. And she's exceedingly pale, and you could probably assume that her skin's probably clammy as well. Lorelei, if she goes back to what she was doing yesterday, she might enter hypovolemic shock.
Ooh, yeah, I definitely think Lorelei like will kind of step up next to Oryx, and she starts like almost like impatiently and kind of worriedly tugging on his sleeve, like on his sleeve or whatever. Just
Something wrong?
She kind of leans in. She's like, yeah, the Duchess doesn't look good.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't.
I don't know. It's not my place, but if she continues doing what she was doing, she could go into shock. She could die.
All right. I'll have a word with Mr. Grimm here in a second with you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Olivia and Meryl seem to exchange some pleasantries is kind of a word for it. They kind of regard each other. Meryl seems a lot more comfortable speaking to him than she does anybody else you guys have seen her interact with. And Oscar's kind of just standing there awkwardly. He seemed underneath his like gas mask. You can kind of see that he probably is wondering why he's here, but he's managing. But all of you kind of looks at the rest of you. All right, yeah, you guys are getting out of here. Hopefully I'll see you back tonight. Clean up your beds and all that.
Sure. Mr. Grimm, can we have a word with you for a second before we head out?
Oh, yeah, sure. Kind of steps off to the side.
He'll kind of like gesture down to Lorelei. You have a better time explaining the medical tendencies than he would, so.
Hi. I know it's not really my place with the Duchess, but I mean, just one look at her from my medical perspective, and she looks dead on her feet. I mean, I think if she continues as she is, she could go into shock, and that could kill her, and that could kill her fast.
Right, okay. He kind of, you see his like one eye's now like, he's like staring a hole into Meryl, and Meryl doesn't seem to notice. She kind of just seems to be staring off into space at the moment. Yeah.
Look, it's one thing to work for a cause that keeps stacking things onto one another, but in the end, you can't exactly help if you're dead. So she needs to see attention soon.
I would be happy to do it if she's comfortable with it. If not, I insist that she gets medical treatment as soon as possible. I mean, if she has some sort of infection and goes septic, I mean, she could be gone within 15 minutes, tops.
Yeah, alright. Here's the deal. I'm gonna walk with you guys to the dungeon gate. Because she's not gonna want to not lead you there herself. Once you guys are through, I'll take her to see Patry. Sound good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
No need to thank me. Thank you for pointing it out to me. Alright.
Of course.
Meryl, change of plans. I'm coming with you. Meryl just kind of seems to idly nod. She barely heard him.
Alright, is everyone ready to go?
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright, let's
It's
go
like
move
with
on.
like a mouthful of stuff. Is like, one more minute, please.
Trying to fit that last roll into like his packed cheeks.
Fully looks like a squirrel or like a chipmunk. Okay, I'm ready to go
one
now.
for the road.
Okay.
Or I'll be ready to
Thank
do
you.
CPR when he chokes. Not CPR.
Right.
I know medical stuff.
The
Don't worry.
Heimlich maneuver. Don't worry, I'm trained.
Yep. CPR. All right, let's go.
No, okay.
I mean,
Which
when you're doing
one's the one
CPR
where you
training,
have
you
to-
learn. Yeah, whatever.
Which one's the one where you what's that song keeping one afloat? Is that
Oh
is
yeah,
that the
that's
song?
CPR.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, keeping one afloat. Keeping one
Keeping one
afloat.
afloat. Yeah. You know, by that one
Oh,
part.
don't get it
Yeah.
stuck in
Then
my
that one
head.
bard, yeah.
Keeping
Yeah.
afloat.
If y'all get it stuck in my head, I'll.
I
It's a
thought
good one.
Way to dodge the copyright, guys.
I thought there was
Nice.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, folks. Anyways, Meryl kind of like looks at all of you. I hope you all got good rest last night. Again, thank you all for taking on this task. I'm sure
Don't think us miss. It's our job.
well, you could have turned us down. That's a lot of other people would have. But I'm sure Oscar here told you that some of Captain Enigma's troops went into the gateway just to try and scope it out, and we haven't heard back from them. We're assuming the word is just on principle at this point, so...
For future reference, just make sure that the perimeter is cleared. Don't send any personnel in there that isn't trained for it.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of Enigma's decision until it was too late. Alright. Let's, follow me this way, and she just kind of stumbles along towards the western direction. So all of you follows you guys along, and, walk...
Oscar, you doing all right today?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, he kind of holds up his hand. It's kind of covered in a bandage right now. Yeah, Corruptor tried to bite off my fingers, yesterday when I was on watch. But I kind of, like, just grabbed it by the jaw and just started hitting it against a wall until I didn't feel it as a Corruptor anymore, until it was a puddle. But, yeah, there's some nerve damage from the teeth. But the medic says, if I just see Father Patry within the next 2 days, I can prevent any permanent damage.
Hey, if you're able to, after you've escorted us, go see that immediately. That's not something to just wait on about, all right?
Yeah, no, don't worry. The medic said I gotta wait. I've got like 3 days before any permanent damage sets in, and but they did their best, you know, the cure wounds, healing word, all that. And he like wiggles his fingers, and you see him kind of wince a little bit when he does that, but you kind of can tell that he's like putting on a smile under all that.
Well, good job staving it off.
It's my job, like yours.
Right.
So you guys walk along the walls until you guys reach a gap in the western wall leading out towards the forest. About, I'm gonna say, 100 yards into the woods, you guys arrive at the portal, and I'm gonna drag you guys onto that map now. The portal before you is unstable, to say the least. Compared to the last dungeon you all took on, this one is massive. It's horizontally placed instead of vertical, but it's still got that same growing out of some form of tree or arbor structure from the ground. You can see these crackles of red energy swirling and spiking out of it, kind of like zapping the dirt around. And if the trees weren't soaked because of the rain, they might catch on fire from it, so Lolis's terrible weather seems to be aiding in preventing a forest fire in that regard. But the swirling purple and red vortex before you all is daunting, to say the least. Those of you who have sensed magic in any capacity can just feel the mana pouring out of it like a firestorm. Here it is. As you can see, it's on the verge of opening up completely.
Yeah, it's a lot different from the one we've seen before.
Right. The report says you all have taken on another dungeon of lower rank in the previous moments.
Yeah, a while ago. It's one of our first missions.
Well, I can assure you, from what we understand about them, this dungeon might be a little different than what you're used to. Every dungeon has its special quirks, I'm told. Well, we'll make sure a perimeter is set up around the area, and, as promised in the listing, any corruptor cores, my guards, anywhere in the city collect during the time, the duration you all are inside, will be provided to you on top of the pavement that I already promised.
Alright. Sounds fine with me.
I'll be returning now, and she just kind of starts walking away, and you kind of see all of you like kind of like start nudging her in the direction of the church. Good luck to all of you. Don't die, alright?
Thanks, Mr. Grum.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't thank me yet.
Thank you.
And kind of walks
Hold
away.
on.
And kind of Oscar kind of sits there and he's like, all right, I'm in charge of perimeter, so he kind of like checks his gun and checks his sword. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put on a camouflage and hide in a tree while you guys, and just if something does try and stumble into the portal behind you guys, I'll make sure it doesn't get there. Kind of gives you all a thumbs up with his good hand.
I give
Just
him a big thumbs up back.
remember that your survival is more important than aiding us right now. Just don't put yourself in harm's way if you feel as if you can't handle it.
Don't worry. I'm not to talk down about myself, but this job has made me quite the coward. So if I see something stronger than a walker corruptor, I'm booking it.
As long as you're able to live to fight another day, that's not called cowardism. That's just called being smart. Don't worry about it.
Never thought about it that way. Thanks, Mr. Orcs.
No
Yeah.
worries.
Yeah, I'll
If
be
another-
quite honest as well. Survival's kind of no use when you're dead, right?
That,
Exactly.
that's fair. All right, so best of luck to you all. I wish I could give you more intel on what's going on inside, but don't really have much to go off of.
If those men are still alive in there, we'll make sure to get them out.
Yeah, appreciate it. We're not too hopeful. Just we're used to our fellow soldiers dying at this point, so don't be too upset if they're gone.
I get it.
Hey, if another corruptor tries to bite you, bite them back. May not taste the best. They're a bit oily, got a kind of a acrid, metallic taste, but it'll drive them off.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna question why you know that, but I got the gas mask on, so I can't really do that.
Please
Okay,
don't bite
that's-
corruptors.
Okay.
What?
Don't
I don't
worry.
know why I keep hammering that point, Mom.
Don't worry.
They're more
I won't.
animalistic. It shows dominance.
Just
I
stay
don't
safe,
think it
Oscar.
does.
Yep. Anyways, he kind of scrambles up a tree, and you kind of see he's got like a ghillie suit prepared, and he kind of like shifts it on around himself like a blanket, and he like kind of like you see him like prime the safety on his gun. All right. Best of luck to you all. Don't die.
You too.
All right. What's the order people are going in? Let's do this. Who volunteers to go first?
Yeah.
just Marl. Yeah.
All right, Marl's in first. Who's second?
Fuck, Arax was second. Might as well.
Ariax and Zadriel are second.
I'll take whatever the middle is, just so I can cover both the front and back.
Sagoon is diving headfirst after Marl, so he'll be second along with Ariax. So,
I'll
I'll go last. I got the most range.
I'll go
Alright.
then.
Yeah, I'll like
So Oryx, if Oryx wants the middle, he'll go between Lorelai and Dwell.
If Dwell wants to go middle, that's fine.
No.
Well,
all yours. All yours.
Hang on.
Mhm.
I think last time I was in the front because I have high perception, but it'd also be good for me to be in the back for range. So I mean, it's up to you guys.
We can
I don't
change
know.
up. We can just change up order when we actually get inside. This is just us
Yeah.
entering.
Okay.
All right. Marl, you take a step through the portal, like diving, like walking into the water, and you're through. Ariax, you like grabs Adriel and you're stepping in, and all of a sudden, running past you, Sagoon does a headfirst dive into the portal, like an Olympic athlete, and he's kind of following after him. Lorelai, any special things to get in the portal, or are you just kind of hopping in?
What is like the? So it's like we have to. It's like below. It's like on the ground.
It's like on the ground.
but like.
It's-
Yeah. Okay.
It's horizontal.
It's horizontal. I think it's. Is it on like a tree stump? So it's like raised.
Yeah, it's a little like elevated because of the massive tree stump it's out of.
I think she just like sits on the edge of the tree stump and does the thing like, you know how when you get out of the back of a school bus they make you sit and put your legs over and then jump through?
Yes,
I think that's what she does.
the safe method. Got it.
Yeah. I'm not taking chances. I'm not
Oryx.
breaking a leg.
Oryx, how you doing this?
He kind of just like walks up to the stump and will like vault like over over the stump and then like just like kind of hop into the portal as like one same motion.
Okay. Dwell?
We'll like reach a hand and see if I feel anything gross, and then
It's-
probably just like, oh.
It's a portal. It's pure magical energy. It's violent magical energy, but your magic's volatile to you in general, so it's kind of ironically a normal feeling putting your hand in that pure mana.
Oh wow, pretty familiar even.
Unfortunately, yeah.
We'll probably just like follow Lorelai, swing her like legs around, and just hop in.
Yeah, safe method. Let's go. We're not breaking any ankles today.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
And at last, Bo. How do you get in?
Combat roll.
Combat roll. Bo, as you're rolling into the thing, you hear something in the distance. Bells. Church bells.
Oh.
The bell
Oh,
rings once.
man.
The bell rings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Huh?
7,
Huh?
8,
Stop.
9,
No.
10. For context,
Bravo.
Oryx, I believe the most you've ever heard is 6.
I thought you told me 3.
Oh, 3, even better.
No,
What do you mean?
that's not right.
Oh.
It's not
I
cool.
already thought 3 was like catastrophic.
Oh,
What does that mean?
no.
Bo, you slide in, and you that's the last thing you hear before you slip beneath into the interdimensional gateway. So, hopefully you all can finish before anything terrible happens.
Are we in it now?
Yes, one moment. There is no map for this
Well,
beginning
guys.
area.
The whole town's gonna die.
Team Overtime has entered the portal.
Question.
Sorry, Oryx, we tried.
Oh, no.
Damn.
It's not wrong.
Question, God, because
What's-
this got brought up the last time we did a dungeon. Time works differently, right?
Correct. Depending
How
on the
so?
dungeon, time might work differently. They've seen it to where weeks in the dungeon can be minutes on the outside. Basically, you always know that time passes quicker in the dungeon than outside in the real world. So
Okay, all right.
it's a variable depending on what dungeon you're going into. Sometimes it's weeks, sometimes a minute's a week, sometimes a minute's an hour, a minute a day, etc. There's
Okay.
no exact science to it.
Well,
Uh,
shucks.
Oryx.
Yeah.
I heard some church bells when we went in.
How many?
Oh man, I wasn't counting. Zach, can I
10.
do I have to roll history? Oh, I recognize it. Okay.
Yeah.
10.
his eyes go like wide, and his skin kind of like turns like pale.
Oh no, it's not Sunday service, is it?
Is shit? Is the portal still open?
No. As the last of you passes through, aka Bo, you've arrived. You're granted a view of some outdoor scenery. The portal seems to flicker and spark before closing behind you, Bo, as you now can kind of get the idea of how or why the men who have been sent in here haven't returned. The only way to leave this dungeon is to complete it. But you look around, and beneath your feet is a type of black gravel. It almost looks like tiny pieces of smooth obsidian, just kind of scattered around in this open area. Patches of unkempt grass reach from beneath the uneven ground as if trying to grow towards a sun that is far beyond their reach. You look around and you see the sky. Above is a light with purple stars and a full moon that feels almost too close for comfort. But, Oryx, 10 bells. Either Father Patry is having a day and something's wrong, or a record-shattering Corruptor Horde march is on its way to Lolis.
Holy shit. Okay. I don't want to rush this. Obviously, we completed as normal. The timing works differently in here, but just know that we're going to have to deal with a lot more after all this is done. So maybe it's not the best idea to use every ounce of your resources. Got it?
Heard.
All right. For now, let's, I guess, not think about it, but let's get this started.
Moment. You guys look ahead at the end of this open field, or open clearing, and you see a massive stone brick temple. Each brick is lined with these golden metal etchings, making the building almost shimmer in the moonlight. On either side of the massive stone double doors are two piles of rubble. They appear to have both been identical stone statues of a monk clad in clockwork designed garb. But time and weathering has taken the toll, and these two statues have fallen over completely. As you will take in your surroundings, you guys hear a voice call out to you. Greetings, honored guest of the Sage's Temple. You all look up towards the temple's roof as the shimmering visage appears of a massive sphinx. Unlike ordinary sphinx you've seen in some of your characters might have seen in books and pictures, this one appears to be more chimera-esque in nature, more so than a normal sphinx. It sports wings, a serpent for a tail, a human face with a lion's mane, and it regards all of you as it seems to look down on you with a welcoming smile, while the serpent's head tail kind of eyes all of you almost in disgust. The main head kind of looks at the serpent's tail. We have had many visitors as of late. To think this temple has seldom seen travelers since the passing of its master, we would be greeted with so many knocking at our doors.
He referred to this as what, the Sage's Temple?
Yes.
Okay.
What the hell?
Exact thoughts, words.
This is different.
Funny.
Like-
Previous
like,
guests said that as well. And it kind of hops down and lands on the gravel, and it kind of like sits down, looking at all of you. I suppose you're here to gain access to the Sage of Time's almost omnipotent knowledge.
Yeah, something like that. God, how big is this thing?
About 20 feet tall, sitting down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Really big.
I said
Big.
massive.
I didn't know how massive we were talking.
That's understandable. It's understandable. So,
That
that means you all are going to take the trials? It seems almost excited as it's saying this.
Are you a big cat?
Oh no, technically, I am part cat, however, I am more sphinx.
What's that?
Interesting. It kind of looks at you and narrows its eyes more. Oh my, a denizen of the Feywild. You're an even rarer sight to see in these parts.
Thank you?
You look a little like a manticore or a
Indeed,
chimera.
I am a offshoot of my species in a way. My mother was a chimera, and my father was a sphinx, and my grandmother was a manticore, chimera, etc. Genetics, I'm sure you understand, darling.
So you're
Yeah,
like a
Punnett
little
squares and all
everything.
that.
Indeed, the word I believe is mutt.
Oh,
Oh, I've been called that before.
It's a term of endearment. It means we're special, dearie.
I love this one.
Oh, thank you. Now then, in order to gain access to the sage's knowledge and to some of his personal belongings and treasures, you must pass 8 trials, exemplaring the showcasing that you have the qualities that the Sage of Time held to the highest standard: ambition, balance, wisdom, honesty, generosity, innovation, intelligence, and courage.
oh boy.
The Sage of Time spent most of his life amassing knowledge at a high degree. At the end of his life, he was nearly omnipotent, and so he recorded all of his vast understandings of the world, past, present, and future, into this temple, and locked it away so only the worthy may access it.
Alright. What would you have us do?
Each of you will step into the temple and go through the various chambers. One person from your group will take each examination, and all of you will collectively take the final one. The temple itself shall decide who takes certain trials on their own. However, I must warn you all, fine print, nothing to be worried about. However, the catch, as mortals might call it, is the rest of you will be putting your lives in the hand of the one who is taking the trial at that time. Once you all cross the threshold of the temple grounds, or the temple building, you will have entered the binding pact. If one of you fails the trial, the rest of you shall be sentenced to death by the temple itself. I suppose the 9th, quality that the sage held so dear was trust.
Right. Orcs are kind of like fiddling to himself.
I trust you guys. You guys are like my only friends and my first friends ever, and like the only people that are actually nice to me. So I've got like nothing else that I would put my faith in. Personally.
Excellent. Excellent.
I don't speak for the group. Give us a minute.
Understood. My apologies. I haven't had conversation in so long, so I'm very excited.
Okay, I usually don't hold the majority opinion, so I don't speak for the group.
Fair.
We all knew that we were putting our lives on the line coming in here anyways.
I mean, I trust you guys. We wouldn't be here if, we didn't trust each other.
Well, we've all proven to protect the others at the times I think we all have, right?
That's the way of putting it, yeah.
So if there's 8 trials and we all take one, does that mean Zadriel's doing a trial on his own?
No, the final
Didn't you
trial
hear
you
we've done the
all will
final?
be taking together.
Yeah.
So there's 7 trials that we all do by ourselves. Okay.
Correct.
One for
We-
each of us.
Do we delegate who goes to what trial, or is it
No, he
randomized?
said the
Temple
temple
decides.
chooses.
Oh.
Question. There was a few individuals who came in here earlier, wearing these weird masks and hoods, all kind of wearing the same attire. What happened to them?
Yes, the 4 who entered earlier. Unfortunately, they broke the rules of the temple, and on the 3rd test, attempted to leave, and the temple didn't like that, so he kind of walks over to next to the door, and he kind of shifts around one of the statue rubble piles, and there's a pile of 4 skeletal corpses wearing Lolis City Guard armor on the ground.
I see.
Should we gather that armor back up to be able, the armor and remains back up so we can bring it back to their families? Give them a proper burial.
I guess it's the most that we can do right now, but if we have the room.
Such noble hearts, such generous ones. Oh, I cannot wait for the tests. I'll do you all a favor and carry their remains. Don't worry, I will not harm them. The sage put a pact of non-aggression and non-violence on me. Only in the certain circumstances can I show combat or get aggressive in any way.
Can we know which circumstances and states those are? please?
Unfortunately, not even I am aware of them.
Alright, good to know.
On the down low, or just kind of like sweating. And he is like wiping his brow on occasion.
Real?
Now then, let us begin. Temple, please open the gates. And the massive stone doors creak and grind their way open. And you see a dark chamber within. Are you all agreeing to the binding pact and stepping through?
I mean, do we have a choice?
Yeah, we gotta do what we gotta
Yeah,
do.
we're here. We're doing it.
I mean, death is always an option, guys. I'm just saying.
Wait. All right. Huddle in. Can we huddle in?
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah, right.
Right. I don't care what has happened in the past. I don't care who has beef with who. I don't care what your pasts are. This is life or death. We gotta trust each other, alright?
Alright, I plan on
Yeah.
staying alive.
Agreed.
Alright. We got this. Alright.
So, do you guys enter?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we do.
Super reluctantly.
Yeah.
Alright.
Mhm.
Switching up the music. There we go. Alright. So, you guys step through into the temple grounds, and immediately there's a pulse of magical energy coming from deep in the temple, and it kind of washes over all of you guys. Those of you magically inclined may roll me an Arcana check, so Lorelei, Ariak, Sagoon, and Dwell may all do so if they wish to.
All right.
Oh, rip.
Ariax,
I'm off foot.
the temple just scanned you all magically. It just did like a once-over, getting basic information that it can from an initial scan without prying into the depths of your soul. Without doing that. Not actually doing that. So just be clear.
Well, this is definitely really, really magical. I don't know if you guys noticed it or not, but we kind of just got scanned.
What that was, that's real confident. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, so just everyone stay on guard, I guess.
So, as you all enter into the first chamber, it appears to be an open room with a mirror standing in the center of it. The doors to the temple close behind all of you, and blue flame torches light up along the wall as the Sphinx kind of walks towards the other side of a chamber where another set of more reinforced metal double doors wait. And he kind of looks around and he kind of pats one of his front paws on the ground a few times, and the temple seems to hum to life a little bit, as if inner workings and mechanics behind the bricks kind of come to life and start whirring and clicking. And eventually, the temple makes its first decision. Bo, you are outlined with this vibrant light. Not enough to blind you, but kind of just shows that you have been selected.
Oh no.
Now then, young GIF individual, please step forward and begin
He knows
the
what
first
I
of the
am.
test.
You got this.
Good luck, Bo.
Alright.
Bo, you walk forward towards the mirror, and the Sphinx kind of like looks over you, and his eyes rest on your blunderbuss. Ah, Hanabi. To think I would be lucky enough to see it twice in my lifetime.
I look down at his hip. This thing?
Indeed. You carry a heavy burden, but also a proud one.
I'm gonna unpack that later.
Then let's begin your first test. I will tell you everything you wish to know about your weapon. If you agree to fail...
Nope.
Are you sure? You risk never learning anything and living in ignorance forever, never realizing the destiny of the wielders of it.
Isn't this like your whole thing? Like you just told us like a room ago. Oh, if you guys fail, everyone dies, you know, so.
Well, you would not pass, but the rest of them will. Many people are greedy for shortcuts and information like that. Risking the life of few others would be a price.
I would fail? Like I would die?
No, you would fail. However, your friends would pass. It would be slated for execution. Not you, though.
Okay. Yeah, still no.
Very well. Excellent job. You have passed the test of ambition.
He'll like turn back and like fist bump.
Or just looks relieved.
I always told the sage putting that test first wouldn't be the best option, but I suppose easing people into it and giving them the full sense of the rest of the test are as easy as a good enough notion. Follow me into the next chamber. the metal doors open, and he leads you all along.
So what test was that?
The test of ambition.
Ambition. I guess he was checking my greed.
Sagoon,
Oh,
my good
well-
man. As you all are walking towards the next chamber, you see on the your foot kind of like hits something as you start to lag behind, and you look down. There is a golden necklace on the ground, pure gold, and it appears to be diamond encrusted too.
Oh
This
man.
is an evil dungeon.
Oh, no.
Look away. Look away. It's not. No, no.
Oh,
I can't
this
pick it
might be
up.
the worst. This might be the worst test.
Okay,
I can't believe it just.
Sagoon, you continue on.
Guys, I shouldn't pick this up, right? Definitely evil and cursed.
No,
You definitely
okay.
shouldn't.
nothing.
Okay,
Please
just
don't.
double checking.
Come here, we can hold
I will
hands if you can't keep your hands to
Painfully
yourself.
walk away.
Okay. All right. The second room. While blue light lights the area around, or blue flame lights the area, you see that in the center of this room there appears to be a nice soft sitting pillow. And the Sphinx kind of takes once more the position up, blocking the door further into the temple. As he pats his paw once again, the temple hums once more, and this time, Oryx is illuminated. You there,
Got this, man.
step forward and take your place.
Yes, sir. You will carefully step up.
You shall be proving your worth through meditation. The enchantments in this room are designed to plague the mind with embarrassing, painful, or locked away memories. If you can successfully calm your thoughts and resist the urge to break down in the face of such adversity and pain, you will have passed.
That's it. All
Indeed.
right.
You may
Sure.
take a seat on the very comfortable pillow.
We'll walk over to the pillow and take a seat.
Oryx, have you ever meditated before?
I don't think so, actually. No.
So, then, explain to me Oryx's version of meditation, or what he believes he should be doing in this moment.
Sadly, I don't know how many monks or people of that nature Oryx has really seen in his lifetime, besides like more of like a stereotypical depicted one. So he'll kind of just like, I guess he's sitting more crisscrossed, I suppose. And he'll just kind of close his eyes and just like rest his hands like on his knees and just like he'll just start doing some deep breathing, because that's really all he could probably gather on how to meditate. That's really never been his style, so he's not really used to it, but that's what he will do.
As you're sitting there thinking about your breathing, you're focusing, you're trying to calm yourself. You are no longer in the temple as you open your eyes, and you're back in Lolis. You were back in Lolis several years ago. Once more, you're that raggedy kid, that brat who roamed around, fending for himself, only thinking about how to survive, what's your next meal, where you're going to sleep tonight. And you're walking by, and you pass by a dark alleyway, and you can see there's a corruptor, or a group of corruptors, feeding on the corpse of a fellow homeless citizen of Lolis.
How far away?
About 20 feet. They haven't noticed you yet. They're too busy with their meal.
Well, he's a sorry, sad SOB that got himself caught. It's just another day here. I pay no mind to it.
Okay. You're walking through the streets again. This time, it's cold. The rest of this party has gotten to experience, for lack of a better explanation, the warmer seasons in Lolis. You pray that none of them have to experience what a winter is like here. At least, as you experienced it. Cold nights, no blanket, no fire to keep you warm, and Corruptor certainly seemed to be a little bit more active then. It's easier prey when the people are freezing to death. This time we come to a familiar place for you. You had just found yourself a blanket to use for the night, and some food, a lucky day for you. And you remember this day as the day everything changed for you. The one day, the first day you stopped thinking for yourself for once, and gave your generosity, and showed a hint of generosity. And you turned that corner, almost expecting the same sight as before, except this time, instead of the lone, almost half-dead face of the person that inspired you, you see this time another corpse. Or not another corpse, their corpse, being devoured right in front of you. Presented with the same situation again, except this time it's someone you know, but in this case, you haven't met them yet.
So I know them. So do I or do I not know them in this moment?
In this moment, you do not.
And they're already dead?
Already.
I move on. I would end up just like them. And in this instance, living is the only thing that matters.
Can the orcs of today live with that? Live with knowing if he was 2 minutes slower to turning that corner, that his life would be nothing like the one he lives today. Any joyful memory he had of Lolis would no longer exist.
No.
I'm going to need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. Time moves on, orcs, and you're granted with visions of what could have been. You are vindictive, violent, selfish, angry, resentful. Anything that gets in your way gets crushed. Because you're looking out for number one. That's all that matters. So one day, you'll bite off more than you can chew. The temper that the orcs of today worked so hard to hone and focus, to control. This version of you doesn't have that. And just like almost every other citizen of Lolis, you were greeted with the vision of yourself, just another corpse being devoured by corruptors.
This is exactly the reason. I don't understand. If I stick my neck out and I help others, I could get myself killed. If I only look out for myself and I mess up, I'll get myself killed. Where's the right path? What do I need to do? Who do I need to prove this to? Why do I only get one outcome? Why did they only get one outcome? This isn't fair.
You were taken to a different possibility. The opposite side of everything. In this one, instead of being 2 minutes late, you were fast enough to make it that extra few inches as you watch your best as you manage in that moment, that painful memory, the one you've played in your head over 1,000 times, no doubt, where you manage to grab their hand before they're pulled away and drag them out of that corruptor's grasp to safety.
It's not real. I wasn't good enough. No matter how many times, hundreds, thousands. I've never been fast enough. I've never been strong enough. I can't quit. It'll happen again, and again, and again. But if I keep going, then I'm gonna get myself killed. My life is gonna be lost. I'm going to be in the void. If I help, I get killed. If I don't, I get killed. What's the point? What is there something to do? What do I do?
You're right. What is the point, Oryx? Why? As we move back, not years in the past, but something a little bit more recent. We see the fight against the silent god corruptor. You could have never fought that alone. Hell, you barely survived it with your friends. So why? Why, if nothing mattered, and if it's all unfair, and if it's all going to lead to death anyway, why did you stay? Why did you, the man who cares about his own life, who wants to live, jump up into that corruptor's mouth and risk everything to take it down?
At first, I thought it was my body just moving on its own. I always know my enemies. I always know when to run. I'm not a coward, I'm smart. But that time was different. It was like I was helping her again. These people, for once in a long time, it's not that I just want to allow myself to live. I want these people to live too. They don't deserve any suffering. Neither did she. No one deserves it. So, I didn't care. In that moment, I didn't care if I lost my life. It's what she wanted to do. She didn't see anything for herself. She just wanted to help others. It's what I admired so much. And for the first time ever, I felt as if I really lived that out. I was really becoming the person I wanted to become. As short-lived as it was, and something that I don't know will ever happen again. But at least in that brief moment, I felt more of a hero than a coward.
Is that the life you want for yourself, though? Because in the end, you might end up dead anyways. It's being a hero. It's akin to it's the life of a machine. Constantly going through the motions of saving others, putting yourself last. You're a tool for justice, for trying to make an unfair world fair.
But what if I'm too late? What if I don't arrive in time?
Then people die.
So I can't be slow. I can't be weak. If I want to become that person, then I need to arrive on time.
Good. Oryx, as you open your eyes, the Sphinx nods to you. Congratulations. You've passed the test of balance.
Yeah. Right. It wipes off his face and he'll stand back up off of the pillow.
The next door opens. This time you're presented with a larger room. And across it, and in the center of it, cut off, is a massive chasm with a variety of stone pillars dotted around it as little footholds that you could maybe hop across to get to the other side. And beneath, in this massive pit, there's a glowing white light just hanging there. The Sphinx flaps its wings and soars to the other side, landing at the doors once more, and taps its paw. The repetitive motion. In this room, you notice that there are two more statues This time they are in complete, pristine condition, of which you can only assume to be the Sage of Time, a monk dressed in clockwork robes, as his 2 statues are mounted to the wall on either side of the chasm. As the Sphinx looks around, descending from the ceiling are eerily similar wooden golems, much akin to the ones that many of you, almost all of you, had to deal with during your Adventurers Guild entrance exam. They all take up positions on key pillars that one would have to get to in order to arrive towards the other end. And Marl, you are illuminated.
Okay.
Do you step forward?
Yeah.
The Sphinx walks from one wall to the other on his side of the chasm, his claw digging into the stone, leaving a nice glowing line, perfectly straight, on the other side. You must reach the other side of this line, and then you will have passed the test.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
So I'm looking at a chasm with a bunch of like pillars and footholds, and then the little like wood robot golem dudes.
Yep.
Can I step up to the chasm and like take a glance at the wooden dudes? Are they like awake, or are they just
Oh, they're awake. They're all locked on to you, and they've got weapons. They've got their wooden fists up. You see something interesting about these ones. The wooden ones during the Adventurers Guild entrance exam were designed, obviously, they would deal damage, but they weren't enough to kill you. You look at the fist of these ones. These things got spiked knuckles. There's metal armor lining their bodies. These ones can take a hit, and these ones can dish out pain.
Am I allowed to hit these things?
Of course. The test is to reach across the line. I don't care how you do it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You have 3 paths. The right path, which is more of the stone pillars that are perfectly flat, but there is more of these wooden guardians in the way. There's the center path, that is a straight line, and there's 3 unnecessary posts that you have to step on. And the last one appears to descend in kind of like a wave motion, how the pillars are all different heights, and there's a lot more wooden guardians there as well.
I get the feeling this is a road less traveled thing, so I might have to take the wave shape on the right.
Go ahead.
Damn. Yeah, I'll do the right path.
All right. Go ahead and make me, for your first couple of jumps, we'll say athletics check.
Oh, athletics.
21.
21.
You hop across a bunch of them very easily. They're very even, so you don't have to do anything fancy. You just got to jump to and fro. It's like hopping from a ship to the dock in a very wave sense motion. So, a very familiar feeling, in all honesty. And you arrive, and the first wooden golem is blocking your path. What do you do?
Is it on one of the pillars as well?
Yes, it is It is on the pillar that you have to take to move on.
Okay, I'm going to try to bat it off with my anchor into the glowing below. See if that does anything.
Roll to hit. 16.
16.
That will hit. Since you're trying to bat it instead of doing damage, I'm gonna have you make me a strength check against this thing's strength check.
Nat 20.
You swing your anchor pristine and perfectly, and you leg check it, hitting it right on the knees, and it gets sent flying into the pit below. Some of the other golems kind of watch as one of their fellow soldiers in arms falls into the pit below, and you see it disappear into the light. And then you hear this eerily warping sound happen as you see on the Sphinx's side that wooden golem appears again, and it hops back on. It can't get in your way again, but it's gonna be in your way again once more.
He just kind of looks over his shoulder. This might be a minute. As he continues on forward.
Okay. Go ahead and now you're going to have to make me an acrobatics check. 19. You're good. You hop in. There's some uneven ones, but again, when you're on a ship that's bouncing in some rough waves, making your way, moving along, you were a fisherman by trade. You hop along and you arrive at the next. There are now 2 golems in your path. They're fist, and this one of them has like a massive shield that it's clearly ready to use.
Okay. How far is one of them?
So they're 5 feet apart from each other and 5 feet away from you, diagonally in each direction. So diagonally to your left and right.
Okay. So out of like direct reach, I'd have to jump over to be able to grab onto them.
Yes.
And they're. And if I throw them into the light, they show up on the other side and get in my way again. Let me think. What can I do? What can I do? I have 4 javelins in my inventory. I don't know where I picked these up.
I'm
but
pretty
I
sure
have
that's part of barbarian starting equipment.
Wonderful. So if I... Which one has the shield?
The one to your right.
So can I try to, like, throw the javelin and pin the one on my left to, like, another pillar off to the side?
That will increase the AC, so you would still hit it, but if you don't meet this new AC, you won't pin it and it'll fall.
I mean, it's worth a try.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
15.
Unfortunately, that just hits, and along with your harpoon, it gets flying into the darkness. And you can now confirm that they're the exact same ones appearing, as that one appears with the harpoon still in its shoulder, as
Well, javelin, not a harpoon.
or javelin, as it rips the javelin out, and it's ready to use it against you as it hops back onto the platform, starting to make its way back towards you.
So the one with the shield on my right.
Yes.
Anchors are hooked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to hook it around him instead of smacking him with it, and drag him behind me, trying to throw him onto one of the pillars I've already come from.
Okay. First off, you're gonna roll to hit to see if you can actually hook him. Fortunately, that's not going to hit, so you do not hook him. And he's gonna take his turn, and he's gonna get closer to you, and he's gonna shield bash you. Marl, does a 19 hit?
A 19 hits, damn.
So
Okay.
he rams you with the shield, and the shield kind of like thuds into you harshly. And you notice something about this one, as you can see a spring mechanism between the layers of it. And go ahead and make me an athletics or a strength saving throw.
Everything else rolled fine. Why do you want to take a...
Come on, we almost had this.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. You manage to lock your feet down, and you don't get pushed. And it kind of like the spring mechanism retracts, and it goes back to it as the thing is still there, and the thing is still, it's gonna hit you again. but you get one more move before another golem appears to start thwarting your plans.
Let me think here. Newton's third law: every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I smack the shield, trying to engage his trying to engage the spring to knock him back.
Okay, interesting concept. Go ahead and roll to hit.
I'm using physics. 19.
19. Okay. Go ahead and roll me. How do I put this? Because it's got to be finesse in order to hit it at the right spot. Go ahead and roll me dexterity to see if you hit it in the right spot to engage it. 11. It's not going to engage it, but you are going to shove him back, but not onto a pillar, not onto the void. You just push him back a couple of pillars, giving you room to move a little bit more forward.
Wonderful.
So you step forward, a couple more. You're about halfway across now, and once again, the shield one is blocking to your left, and the one that you initially threw off with just its fist is now blocking you on the right.
So that means there's probably 3, because there's this guy, he's already made his way back over, shield guy, and the javelin dude.
Mhm.
If the first guy has already made his way back over, that means he wasn't impeded by anything, so... And it's the same general thing of, like, they are 5 feet apart from me?
Yes. Presented with the same situation.
Okay, a shield guy on the right, other guy on the left?
Inversed.
Okay, shield guy on the left. I want to try to see if I can do the dragging thing with my drag behind me thing with my anchor again.
Okay. Who are you targeting? The one with or without the shield?
Without.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit. 14 will hit. Go ahead and make me an athletics check against his athletics check, because you're technically grappling.
19.
Let's see. Can he beat that? He cannot. You hook him and you throw him behind you. And he lands on one of the pillars behind you, and he kind of like, it's going to take him a minute to like get back up and get behind you.
Joy of joys.
Just the shield guy now.
I mean, I guess it worked the first time. I'm gonna try to push him back with the spring again.
Roll to hit with your anchor. 26. That'll hit. Go ahead and roll me dexterity to try and aim at the springs. 15 will hit the springs, and you send him flying back into the void, and he reappears at the end. It's gonna take him a little bit to get to you.
It means I can get some distance forward and away from the dude behind me.
Okay, as you're moving forward, please roll me acrobatics as you keep hopping along. 17, you're good. Now roll me perception.
Oh, wonderful. Why am I rolling so well tonight? This does not bode well for later.
There are some of the pillars up ahead appear to have spring mechanisms in them, and if you step on them, they will shoot up. And you notice that the wooden ones, the wooden opponents you're facing, have not set them off.
What's above them?
If you look up, it's just the ceiling.
Okay, so it's just going to be slapstick. They launch me into the ceiling, I go crunch, and then fall back. Okay. Presumably. All right. So avoid those. If I can. I mean, I'm still making forward. You haven't told me if I ran into anything or not. I'm just trying to avoid those.
You are now face to face with the javelin one once again. On either side of you, there are pillars that will spring you up if you touch them. And you recall, the wooden figures don't set them off.
Wonderful. So bat him, not drag him, bat him to the side and dash forward.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit. 24 will hit.
24.
Go ahead and roll me athletics.
21.
He's just going to beat that. Thank you. So he's not batted to the side, but you'd still hit him.
Add that D2 I got earlier. Will that make a difference?
I will. Yes, that will.
Oh, it's not in the dice roller. Hey,
Unfortunately, no.
oh, so he rolled a 23. Wonderful. Well, okay,
So you pushed him back one. You didn't put him to the side.
that's fine.
It's now his turn, and he is going to shove you to the side. Please roll me athletics or acrobatics. He's gonna beat that, and you are shoved to the side. The rest of the party, you're watching this as you hear Marl, and you see Marl hit the side of. You see him hit the spring mechanism, and you guys hear the tick, 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 ka-chunk, and you watch as Marl gets flung up into the air and sent arched back. Losing about half of his progress.
Damn. And I'm probably behind the one I threw for. Okay.
Yep.
All right. This. I feel like there's something to this. But what? But what? Oh. I forgot about that. So I enter rage.
You enter a rage. Okay.
As I push forward. Because
you can, while you're raging, you cannot be moved against your will.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Fine by me.
So I'm keeping on.
All right, once more. You're face to face now with the fisticuffs one again.
It worked the first time. Throw him behind me another time, I guess.
All right. Roll to hit. Welcome.
15. Wait, hold on. That's athletics. Why? Okay, it's gonna.
You
take
just
a
rolled
second
athletics.
again, I guess.
Natural
Nat
20.
20 again. God.
All right, you have advantage on the athletics roll to throw him.
Wonderful.
Don't bother. He natural one. You throw him, and you guys, the rest of you, see it hit the landing platform where Marl started, and it just kind of lays there for a second, contemplating what just happened.
Keep it up, Marl. Keep going.
That's just an image of a wooden robot, just like, what the fuck?
It's like, what is my purpose? You passed butter. Oh my god.
Alrighty.
You're back now face to face. You keep on keeping on. You're back face to face with the shield one.
Wonderful. Do I spring him back or do I try to throw him? Do I try to throw him behind me with his other buddy?
Up to you.
Try to throw him. It worked. It worked so well that time, so it's like, if it ain't broke.
Roll to hit. 15 will
again.
not hit the shield one, unfortunately.
D8 session recap from my stock.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. That'll make it hit. Go ahead and roll me athletics.
Athletics, bam. It was rolling so well, and now
It's been
something
rolling well. It's faster than it used to be.
Yes, yes, and
We'll
now
take-
something has happened.
We'll take
What is
solace in that. We'll take solace in that.
It is roll 20 D&D Beyond. What is
Natural 20.
Nat?
Yeah, brother, I think you're running out.
Yeah, no, this, like I said,
Mhm.
I think you're kind of cracked right now. That's what I think.
Yeah, Marl, you grab him, throw him back. The shield one lands next to its buddy, and they kind of just look at each other. Like, okay, that's interesting. Final guy's turn. You're back with the one where the springs are next to it, and it's ready for you this time.
How far am I from the end?
I'd say if you are pretty close, you're about 3/4 of the way there. You beat this guy, and there's nothing visible stopping you.
Oh, it's been working so well, but now that I've just keep rolling, so I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I mean, I'll try. I'll try to
Roll the hit.
roll the three-peat.
That'll hit.
22.
Roll me athletics against his.
Ah, there it is. There's a nat 2 though.
Yep, and he's beating it. He's not moving. Go ahead and take a. Go ahead. And, well, okay, he's not moving back. He's moving forward because you still hit him.
Yeah.
So you're getting a little closer. And now it is his turn, though. Actually, no, it's all of their turns. So, the rest of the party, while you guys watch Marl valiantly charging forward in a fit of fury and rage, watch the other two wooden robots that he's already discarded stand up, walk to the ledge,
Oh right.
and jump off, and reappear on the other side, once more hindering Marl as they start making their way towards him. The one with the javelin is going to rush Marl. He cannot move you, but he can block you, and he is going to question about your ability. You cannot be moved against your will. Is there anything more to that?
It is. I just scrolled past it again. Spirit of the Mountain, I can't be knocked prone or moved against the ground against my will. So if I was put onto one of the springs,
That's a
yeah,
problem.
I'd be moved, but I'm currently standing very solidly on the ground.
Yes. So, this one's going to grapple you. Please roll me athletics or acrobatics. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yeah, that's
Marl, this one just kind of like hopped around and like put you in a full Nelson, and it's kind of like using the handle of the javelin to like choke you in this full Nelson position. Just holding you there.
so. How do I break out?
It's an athletics or acrobatics roll against his athletics or acrobatics roll. Just roll
Come
a
on.
12.
Well, the 12 is from him grappling, so
Oh.
trying to break out is because the 10 was trying to throw him,
Yep. Okay.
didn't work. 12 was the grapple. Now I'm waiting for it to come through to try to break out of the grapple because there. Yep, there's the other shoe.
Natural 1.
There's the other shoe.
Just in case he nat one, he didn't nat one as well. Yep, you're still grappled, and the other two make their way towards you. Let's see here. They cannot move you.
No, he cannot.
They can't move you. That's the interesting thing. Wait a minute. The conditions for your rage to continue. But if you not succeed on hitting anybody or taking damage yourself, your rage ends.
Oh, I just read. I have advantage on strength saving throws. The strength checks and saving throws. Athletics is a strength check.
I will allow you to re-roll that natural 1. Natural 20. Okay.
All right.
You're free. However,
Glad I read
my
that.
question still stands. When did you...
If I'm knocked unconscious, turns ends, and I haven't attacked a creature or taken damage. So as long as I'm attacking, it doesn't matter if I deal damage, just as long as I take a swing at something.
1 second.
Take a swing at something or something attacks me.
Hey, Zach.
What's up?
I'm assuming we're not allowed to talk.
I mean, yeah, you can talk. You can try and help him. It's not like
We can?
Oh,
Oh, thank fuck.
So I'm just asking for my own sake, so I'm not crazy, right? Because this was brought up, and now I'm starting to go insane. The robots jumped in the void,
Yes.
and then they
So they can
appeared
go
at
back
the
to
other
where-
side.
Yes.
Yes.
so it's like a.
So what if Marl jumped in the void?
Yeah. So what if you
Yes.
just jump in?
They've been trying to push me into the void as well, which means it's disadvantageous for me.
They have not been trying
Brother?
to push. They have not been
Brother?
trying to push you into the void.
Brother, I'm gonna
Oh,
be
they
so
just-
real with you. You tend to overthink puzzles. I fear as though that's being exploited here.
What? What? No.
Well, either way, if I want to be able to move and do stuff, I gotta break out of this guy's grab.
You just nat 20 to break out of his
right,
grapple.
I did. Right, I did. Hold on. I'm okay. I maybe you guys are on some with the overthinking.
Almost like I know you.
Shut up. It's worth a try. But the problem is, like, failure. I don't know how I would fail this, and that's also another problem.
Did the Sphinx say like? So I'm sorry. The goal is to get from one side to the other. Yes.
Yeah,
The
get
goal
past
is
that
for
line
Marl
carve.
to get past the line that the Sphinx drew.
Right.
I was not given
And
any
then-
qualifiers. If I fall into the thing, if there's a time limit, if not,
Right. He
yeah,
never said there's any way to fail. I guess dying would be a fail, but have they been attacking you?
I mean,
One
yes,
just got a
but-
javelin, but
Okay. So I guess maybe the failure might be just dying?
Do I or do I not attempt to jump in?
I think it would be very odd if they jump in, they're fine, but if you do, you aren't. I would find that very odd. And I guess like it was pointed out, they're not trying to push you in. So you know what? If anything, they're trying to just keep you in place. So
This
maybe
is
they're
true.
trying to
Yeah, they're-
not let you jump in.
They're probably trying to
Mhm.
stall you.
But there's no
Until they
time
just, like-
limit though.
Exactly, but maybe they're just trying
Oh,
to
yellow.
stall him so that they can just whittle him down over time.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe,
Maybe-
I
maybe
think it was said earlier, the third
maybe-
guy in the third trial.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it is really just like they will like you cannot get past them just by brute force. Maybe it is like you
Oh
have to
yeah.
jump in, or else they're gonna just keep hitting you over time, and
But, like-
eventually you're bound to lose hit points and then kick the bucket.
Yeah. I'm just worried you jump in and you just lose. But that's probably the
They've been
point.
jumping
That's a
in.
worry. I
That's
have
probably
as
the
well.
point.
They've been jumping in too. So if like they're allowed to, but he's not.
Well, also,
But
but
the
but
rules of
but
the
they're part of the omnipotent dungeon that
Yeah.
can respawn.
Yeah, they're
Like-
but the javelin got carried over with that one guy. So stuff
Exactly.
from outside, but like
If
So
all
many
else
questions,
fails,
like-
grab a hold of one and jump in.
True.
That way you know it'll
True.
carry
I feel
you.
like
that's
if
I
it
feel
can
like
take the
great
javelin, it
idea.
can take you.
That's a great idea. I break out of this guy's grapple. I turn around, bear hug tackle into the void.
go ahead and
Okay.
roll me athletics since you're still in
okay.
a rage. You have advantage. Double 19s. Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, you're bear hug tackling him in. The quick last minute thinking. As Marl, you get teleported with the robot to the other side. Next
Thank
to the
you, Paige.
Sphinx.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paige. Alright. Alright, wonderful.
What the hell?
If I'm next to the Sphinx, am I over the line or
You're kind of okay. When I say next to, you're in front of the Sphinx, so the line is still right there.
Wonderful. Get off this. Let go of this dude. Get off and get across the line.
The robot tries to like grab at you to like hold on your leg, but he can't do much. And you cross the line. Congratulations, you have passed the test of wisdom.
Oh, that was wisdom.
I was right. I knew it.
That
God damn it.
Called it, Salem. You called it.
If you guys went in the group chat, I knew you guys were in the group chat.
Oh,
kind of
no, not in the
fucking.
group chat.
No,
not in
no,
the group chat. I was
group chat,
bitching to. I was bitching to other people.
That was just brute force, is what that was. That was just a man. That was just a man dealing with his problems, just being like,
I
"I'm
just
gonna
want to
figure
note.
this shit
I want to
out."
note that just because you guys have passed the test already, if Marl had just jumped in on his own, he would have been teleported back to the start. But since he grabbed a robot,
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I was right.
dude,
That
was right. I
matters.
was thinking about
I
that.
thought it
Wow.
was, I thought it was
Ugh.
Pac-Man level of sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
was.
that's
Wow,
All
okay.
right. That was.
That's just funny.
Are we allowed to know what the failure would have been?
the failure condition
I'm
is
curious.
they were gonna try and they were basically gonna kill Marl or make
Okay,
him
all
or
right,
make
I was
Yeah.
right. The failure was death.
the
Got
failure was dead.
You
that
will
would've-
die.
That would have. That would have taken
out
a
of
minute
cur-
with Marl.
They were willing to wait, but
That seems-
as
all right.
Marl is past the test, a bridge forms allowing the rest of you to walk across safely with no issue.
Good job, Marl.
Like, he's coming down off his rage, but he's still kind of like bristling, just like that was.
As you guys leave the room, the squadron of wooden and metal robots are like flipping off Marl and like making boo noises at him. Boo noises as in wood clanking against wood, and they're like mouthpieces, but that's about it. They're not
love
happy.
the sports. Love the sportsmanship, fellas. Yeah.
Bunch of sore losers.
One of them like
I light
one of them tries
I
to
light a
lunge at
torch.
you, Bo, but another one holds him back like it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I'm still bristling, still a bit aggressive. I light a torch and throw it into the room.
Oh, they all back the fuck off.
God.
Anyways,
Marl, the one that you like impaled with a javelin, it throws a javelin and like hits next to you on the ground before the door closes completely.
picks back up the javelin, dusts it off, puts it back with the others.
All right, is that about half of us so far?
Ooh.
Are so
Yep.
good.
A little bit less.
All right.
The Sphinx now stands in an empty room, and he kind of looks around. He kind of like caresses his chin for a moment. He kind of like pats his chest area, and he kind of starts sifting around, patting. Looks at all of you. Excuse me. I happen to have lost a necklace of mine. Do any of you know where it is, or happen to have it?
What did it look like?
Oh, it was golden, diamond encrusted. Very expensive.
Is that the same one that we saw?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was after like the first challenge.
Oh, I must have dropped it. Thank you so much, and congratulations, you have passed the trial of honesty, Sagoon.
God,
There it
you know
is.
what? You know what,
There it
Sagoon? You know
is.
what?
Oh my
Congrats, buddy.
God.
Congrats. He helped us out. We appreciate you.
Dude,
Yeah, well done.
bro.
I
okay.
was banking on Sagoon being more greedy, damn it.
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew.
Well, listen, we all were like immediately, no.
Don't you do it. Don't you fucking do it.
As the necklace appears back in the Sphinx's paw, he kind of looks it over. I suppose since you've passed the test, and he's going to toss it to you, Sagoon. Congratulations, you now have a gold necklace worth 500 gold.
Look, you got the prize by being honest.
What a good lesson.
What a G, dude.
I
What a
somewhat
good
trust it,
lesson.
but
The more you know.
With that, we are going to go ahead and take a 15-minute break. So we will be right back.
You are my only deity in this crumbling
Well,
world.
that's the first thing they heard when we came back, James.
You are my only deity.
Chat clip that. I'm just kidding. There's nobody watching right now.
Oh, I told Dave to watch. He called me earlier, and I specifically told him, "Yeah, no, join us. Come on." He didn't. He lied.
You
All right.
fucking lied.
We move back on to the next test. As you all enter this next room, you all see yet another statue of what you assume to be the Sage of Time. It is a so it's a better kept statue. The further you go in, the better kept the statues appear to be. But now you all see that there's a table, or I'm not a table, but like like a flat stone altar, and you see that there appears to be an elven man laying on it, and he looks terribly sick. And the temple hums once more, and this time, Dwell is illuminated.
Yeah.
Do you approach the dying elf?
Elf?
Yes,
Just elf, not a half elf.
just elf.
Okay. Apprehensively, yes.
The Sphinx regards you. Now then, this man has been ill for a very long time. However, after the temple's assessment of your abilities, it is clear you have some innate healing power, no?
Guess I do. Yeah.
If you are willing, could you... Well, I suppose the test is... You must help him recover using your power. However much you're willing to give him.
And he's gonna die?
Oh, yes.
Right, yeah.
That or suffer for all of eternity in this horrible state.
And you think this is a difficult thing for me to do, or something?
The temple sure seems to think so. Not all of these tests are easy or difficult. It's a matter of gauging and understanding you all before the final examination, and to determine if you are worthy to gain the knowledge of the Sage of Time.
Alright. And I will go one by one. I will do one first, or use one of my little heals.
I'm going to say this now. You have to choose an amount to give him. You cannot go one by one.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, damn.
That would be too easy.
That's the issue. I was gonna say, because if Dwell could just do that, then and I'm assuming the actual in text, how much I can give doesn't hold true for this, right? Because it does give me a limit on max 5d6 at once in my character sheet.
Yes.
I'm assuming that doesn't.
You have
okay.
you have a max of 6, I believe.
Yes, I do.
So you choose a number between 1 and 6 to give him.
How bad does he look? Is he a leper? Is he...
He looks basically dehydrated. There's barely any meat on his bones. He's all wrinkly. There's almost no muscle mass left. His breathing is horribly labored. And he's got something. You don't know what.
I will give him 4. Which is better than 3, but 4.
I mean,
46.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, sure. Go
Or
ahead and roll
just-
the healing. Go ahead.
All right. Oh God, no. 12.
You pulse the healing magic that you have gained into him, and life seems to return to him. Whatever ailment he has appears to have been fully cured. As you can kind of see now, he reforms back into like a normal person, not just a mummy on the table. He's just like, he looks at himself, almost shocked, and he looks at you, Dwell. I'm free. And he disappears. Congratulations. You've passed the test of generosity.
It was that easy. I thought it would be more difficult.
You are welcome to believe whatever you wish.
Good job, Dwell. Thanks for helping him out.
I didn't really do much.
But what you did was enough. That's what matters.
mhm.
No.
Alright, we're moving on.
Okay. You move into the next room. This room has a pond of water built into it. And temple hums, and this time it selects Ariax.
Whoa.
The Sphinx hands you a wooden bucket with no bottom.
Oh.
Now for this one,
Oh,
no talking. All you have to do is fill the bucket full of water.
Shit. What test is this called, Zach?
He's not told you.
He has not told me.
Nope.
I'm guessing this is more for me just to figure out myself then. Or is there anything else you can tell me?
Simply fill the bucket with water, and you will have passed.
Am I even near water?
Yes, there is a pond of water in the room.
I think he'll kind of look at the fucking Sphinx thing. I'll walk towards the pond, but before I even put the bucket in, I'm just going to look at the pond itself. Just to see if anything's off or anything catches my eye.
The pond is full. It's 1 foot deep, and there appear to be little koi fish swimming around inside it.
Koi fish. And just as fill the bucket up with water.
Yep.
With no bottom.
Yep.
Kind of weird. But I think he sees the koi fish kind of swimming around. Is Zadriel with me?
No, Zadriel is behind the line. It is
Oh
just
god,
you.
alright. I think he's gonna kind of like put a foot in the water, just see if anything happens.
Nope. Just water.
I'm gonna walk into the pond to see what's the deepest point, or is it just all the same all the way around?
In the center, it's maybe 1.5 feet deep compared to the rest of it.
Well, and get the bucket. You see, Ariax is really thinking hard. Flips the bucket upside down, just puts it in the bottom of the pond. And just sees what happens.
Bucket is submerged fully in water.
Kind of looks around. Is there any rocks or anything like that? Anything heavy?
There's some stones in there.
He starts getting the stones and starts putting on top of the bucket so it doesn't lift back up.
Okay, you do that. The bucket does not float.
Kind of looks around. Does it look like the pond at all is like lowering by any chance, or no?
Well, you've put something extra in it, so it kind of is raised up a little bit, and you're standing in it as well.
Okay.
But the bucket, yeah. Anything else?
Kind of just scratching his jaw. Well, if I'm able to get all the water, koi fish also going to be in the bucket? Or are the koi fish just going to die because there's no water?
The test is not to put all the water from the pond in the bucket.
It's just to fill the bucket.
Yes.
But the thing is, it's bottomless. From what Arias can see in it, he's like, you know what? Just for the shits and gigs. Just for the lulz. I'm just gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Shit. Okay. All right. The koi fish.
Shit.
The koi fish start talking to you. Or you can speak with the koi fish. They don't open conversation.
Hey, guys. Sorry if I'm disturbing y'all.
What's up?
I got a mission here to fill up this bucket. It looks bottomless. He said just fill it up all the way up with water. But
you're not serious, are you?
that's literally what he told me to do. I just want to know if it's just like trick or something. If you guys happen to know or not.
You put the bucket all the way in the water.
Yeah, I did, yeah, because I'm just...
I mean, is it full of water?
I mean, technically, it's fully submerged.
So, your bucket is full.
I mean, I guess, yeah, that's what I was hoping, but he hasn't really said if I'm right or wrong.
Why don't you say something and ask?
Kind of looks back at the Sphinx. Just points at his bucket. Technically, my bucket's full of water, isn't it?
Correct. Congratulations. You have passed the test of innovation.
He looks back at the fish.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You guys are probably a lot smarter than me in this moment. I'll give you this. Kind of like 2 finger salute all the fish.
Technically speaking, it's a test of innovation. You innovated a way to figure out the answer by asking us. So, I guess it counts.
I'll just take the win, I guess. He just fucking walks out like semi confused, still like, I don't know if I just got that off of just pure chance or stupidity. I just don't know.
Ariax, in this moment, it does not matter. You did it, and that is what matters.
I don't feel any specific way about it.
Fine.
Listen, man. At least you weren't asked if you want information, and told if you want information you lose, and then just not. So, You could feel more useless. Don't worry.
I want everyone to know no one is useless. You guys all passed. That is the only thing that matters.
Okay. You guys move into the next chamber. Now, there's only one of you who hasn't taken a test. Lorelei, you are illuminated.
Oh no.
Whoops. Oops.
You got this, Lorelei.
The Sphinx stands in front of you, Lorelei, and looks down at you. In order to pass this test, you must answer one question. How many statues of the Sage of Time are on the temple grounds?
Oh fuck. All right. All right.
Guys, I'm apologizing in advance. It was fun playing this game with you guys.
You are not alone.
Just go back and watch the stream,
Well,
and then like every time he mentions a statue.
Cheat the
Turn
system.
back the hands of fate.
well, is this
Time warp.
Turn back the hands of time from 7.
Why does he have to like ask me this? Okay, you said so. Exactly how was the question worded?
How many statues of the Sage of Time are on the temple grounds?
Of the Sage of Time.
Yes.
Oh.
Time after time.
Oh. I don't want to answer. I'm scared. I don't want to be wrong.
Is this just like a memorization thing of like us remembering how many there were? Is that
I think,
like the...
yeah.
Kind of.
Am I allowed to?
Guys,
group
guys,
chat?
hang on.
Am I allowed to
On.
group chat this?
Oh yeah, sorry. Are you allowed to?
allowed to
Are we allowed to give input or no?
Since
I was gonna say,
technically
I
this
think
is a matter of paying attention, I will allow group chatting.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so there's two
Like
up
group
front.
chatting or talking aloud? Sorry.
Group chatting or talking aloud. I'll allow either. I'm not.
Guys, he said not statues in general. It's statues
Yeah,
of the
it's
Sage
of
of
the-
Time
the
itself.
stage.
Wasn't we? Didn't we
I
only
might-
have
Yeah.
one?
So listen.
I
We
might be
walk in.
stupid. Yeah, go ahead.
We walk in. There's one, right?
Was there?
We went-
Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
But was it just a
Can everyone
statue, or
confirm?
was it
Because
as-
I don't remember this at all. That's
I
why
don't
I'm
remember it
asking.
either. I know there's statues, but the specifically
I-
of
okay,
the
I
Sage of Time,
remember.
I think there's only one.
I remember 3 of the rooms we went in having one. There were 3 rooms that we went in that had a statue of not just the Sphinx, but of the Sage of Time.
He
And I just
mentioned
don't.
3 separate times in 3 different rooms that there were
Right.
statues.
But I don't
that-
know
that-
if there was one in the one that we started in. I don't remember if there was one in the room that we started in. I'm pretty sure was it just the Sphinx in the first one?
Is a statue in the room with us?
No, there's no statues in the room with you.
Okay, so if there wasn't any in the first room, it'd be 3. But if there was one in the first room, there'd be 4.
Question, Zach.
Answer.
Is the pathway open still?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not
Zach.
that easy.
I
Yes.
don't-
Can I? Bo thinks it's 3. Can Bo roll like an
You
insight
know what?
on
Lorelei.
himself to see if he thinks
Yeah.
it's
Lorelei,
3?
since Lorelei's taking the test, Lorelei, you must roll me history.
Oh my god, I'm not good at this.
9.
Yeah, you are.
Oh my god,
Oh my
you
God.
are
So-
Jesus.
you are.
I have
Lorelei, you
described-
got this.
As your
Oh my
friends
God.
have described to you, 3 rooms I've stated had statues in them. There was one in 2 rooms. However, in the room Marl took his test in, there were 2
There was
statues.
2.
So
There
there's
was
4
2.
total so far. However, he said on the temple grounds.
Yeah, there were
The 2 piles of rubble outside the main door are on the temple grounds. And they were statues. They were statues of the Sage of Time.
Was there 6?
No.
I'm asking them, not you.
2.
Only two.
Only 2 were on the temple grounds, is what he's saying. There was a third one, but it wasn't on temple grounds.
So we're sure it's 2.
Yes.
It's
If
just
I get this wrong, I might have
technicality.
a mental breakdown. There's a lot of pressure.
I'm for verbatim of what God, DM, Zach Gaki has stated. 3 statues, 2 of them were on temple grounds. The third one was not. So 2.
No, I'm saying that there were 3 rooms with statues in them. The room
Oh,
Marl.
I remember it.
So okay.
There should be 6. There should be 6.
Marl's room had 2 statues in it. Sagoon's room had 1 statue, and Dwell's room had 1 statue. And then there were 2
piles
outside.
of rubble. Yeah, so 6.
2 outside on.
What qualifies as temple
all right.
ground?
Yo,
On the grounds would be
edit
in the
this out if I
temple,
don't sound
or like-
stupid. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Because which ones were? Oh, this is. So
In my
bad.
opinion,
So
it's
bad.
6.
But I don't think all of them were the Sage of Time, right?
All
Like,
of them
he
were the
said-
exact same
No,
statue.
they were.
Just
They
2
were.
outside are broken.
Yeah.
I clearly misheard you,
But then we're
Zach. Can
just
you please
more-
say what wasn't on temple grounds again? Because
I have not
clearly
said
misheard you.
what was temple grounds or what wasn't. The 2 outside
Yeah.
may or may not count.
Okay.
Oh,
God.
great. So it's
Okay,
either
hang
4
on.
or 6.
So-
So, wait.
No. Okay, hang on. The ones outside. Was that when we met the Sphinx?
Yes.
He said, "Are you guys ready to enter the Temple of Time
You're
or
so
whatever it's
right.
called?"
You're so right.
That's 4.
Those are
It's 4.
not the. I mean, at least in my. If the dictionary definition of grounds being the actual
'cause
inside and not
you're
the
right,
outside,
'cause
then those don't count.
No, I think you're right, because he said... I think you're right. I think it's 4. Oh, but I'm scared to answer this because... Oh. Zach, I hate you putting me on the spot like this.
Okay. I think I also remember him specifically saying, "Are you ready to enter the temple?"
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think you're
So,
right.
so if it were me, I'd say 4.
He said, "Are you guys ready to enter?" So I don't think that those ones count because they were not.
Yes, not inside of the temple, therefore not a part of the temple grounds.
Hey. Because that's gonna be my final answer if nobody else has anything to say.
Based on what we assume to be the temple grounds, which is what the Sphinx introduced to us as inside the temple, then yes, it would be 4.
Excuse me, sorry.
Hey. Is it 4?
The Sphinx sits there for a second, looks at you, Lorelei, and then looks at all your friends behind you. You have passed the test of intelligence.
Oh my god, I hate you.
Okay.
Fucking noise.
Alright.
All right.
Never do that to me again, Zach, in our years of friendship, or I swear to God. That was mean.
I couldn't give Lorelei the test of generosity.
Well, you can't put me on the spot like that.
All right.
Gosh, we did it.
Yeah. Well, hang on.
Here's one more test.
We still got the
There is
courage.
Our
We still got the
individual ones.
courage.
Individual ones.
Oh, true. Yay.
All right, give me a second. I gotta do some musical chairs real quick.
Yeah.
Did he die for everyone
No.
else?
I gotta do some music.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, you guys can hear me. That was weird. Give me a second. So how have you guys been doing?
You know,
Just over.
Living, surviving, profiling.
tackling my inner demons, I guess.
Mhm.
stomach ache from what I ate tonight, but otherwise I'm fine.
Good. Just okay, come on. Google load. It is not rocket science. Thank you.
Yeah.
Rocket surgery. It's just
actually?
science box.
Pulling up a video on YouTube is nowhere near rocket science. Anyone who says that to me, no.
I don't know. You're a substitute teacher now, dude.
Grade my
Okay.
paperwork.
It's to be expected with teachers not knowing how to operate.
You gotta take that, Zach. Hit him with a meteor.
You're just
See if he survives
insulting
that.
teachers everywhere.
Yeah.
I think I've only had maybe one
No.
teacher who's
No.
ever known to at least like move the mouse when playing a YouTube video.
Oh, dude, it's the worst when like it stays there and like you still see the progress bar the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Who's watching something in the background?
No one.
Does anyone remember Word Wizard on the PC that teachers would have us do to get better at typing? Or is it
Oh
just
my
me?
god, you just unlocked something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved like the spaceship one where you had
The
to type
dragon
to like
becomes
send off aliens.
Guys, I'm a slow typer. That was my least favorite part of the day. I've got fucked up hands, alright?
I just wanted to type.
don't work.
I just didn't like the way they made us type. I just wanted to type
Yeah.
the way I wanted to type. What's wrong with henpecking, huh? It's effective if you get good at it.
Yeah, I was just very like
Good
the
nerd.
the fact that they like you couldn't look at your keyboard, you just had to remember like always. That's what I struggled with, so I was just sitting there like I don't know. If I can look at a keyboard, I have really fast typing speed, but if not, then my progress drops very fast.
I will say those levels kind of the music for them kind of hit hard. I won't lie.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, you guys all step into the final room. 1 second. There actually is a map for this one.
Boom, 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 boom.
You guys can go ahead and place, when I move you onto the map, go ahead and place your tokens at the open doorway at the bottom of the screen.
Yes, sir. Holy shit.
Oh, this is slightly concerning.
Oh, I
The map
love
hasn't loaded, so it's a
sigils.
big ass white box. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry, Lorna.
Sorry, Dwell. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
Well, get off me.
Glad you both just immediately.
Guys, we're in a dungeon. Come on.
Sorry.
Hey, listen.
I just went through
Dwell
something
just did the test.
stressful.
Dwell just did the
Sagoon!
test of generosity. Okay.
Sagoon!
Get off me!
Sagoon!
Fireball.
What the fuck?
Oh,
I
Sagoon
will
likes
die.
to kill Lorelai.
Genuinely, I will die. It does double whatever damage you do.
So,
Where's Bo?
Dead.
I'm not
Can we-
dead. You can't
Can we
kill
go
a
in
hippo.
rainbow? Can we go in rainbow order?
It's impassable.
no
Did
time
you
for that.
hide?
No time for that. Bo,
Has
slap
Bo
yourself down on the
hidden?
map with the others.
Oh, hang on. I'm not there yet. Sorry, guy. Yeah. Go next to Zaddy.
There we go. Alrighty. So, you guys look at this massive chamber before you. Instead of the blue flames, red flames, and golden ones ignite from the lanterns. Surrounding all of you is the Sphinx. He's no longer on the ground, but he appears to be standing up towards the ceiling. He's kind of in like some sort of balcony viewing chamber, and he's kind of laying down. He's looking at all of you. I must congratulate you all. Nobody's ever made it this far before. So the temple and I are very interested to see how this test works and discover how well you all will fare. After all, just a quick once-over of the contents. This can either be your easiest challenge yet, or the most horrifying experience you've ever endured.
Bring it on.
So then,
That does give a good vibe of like urgency to get out.
James.
thank you, James.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm a ventriloquist of sorts. All right.
Bo's got one of those those birds that help clean out hippo and crocodile teeth just sitting in his mouth. Just
with like a TV and a switch just playing Smash in his mouth. Yeah.
Second.
Man,
The
really
Sphinx,
good Wi-Fi in here.
as you all are looking at him, has a book appear in his hands, and he looks down at all of you once more. The test of courage determines if you all are strong enough to face the truths that the Sage of Time discovered, should you seek them. This temple is special. It has access to the memories of Avacia itself. Temple.
Wow.
Select their opponent from the strongest member of their collective ancestries. As you all are standing there, lights and lines appear above your heads in the form of what appears to be like family trees. Little boxes of white light representing various members of your family branching out. To most of you, such as Oryx, Bo, Marl, and Ariax, everything seems to be just a normal family tree. Occasionally, there appears to be a lot brighter square, determining stronger members of your family. Lorelei, being from the Feywild, your lineage appears to be split. It appears on what you can only assume is your mother's side, a more twisting set of branches going through, as there's a lot of interconnected relations in the Feywild. Everybody's roots eventually tangles together. The other half, which you can only assume is from your material realm father, appears to be more like the others, more regimented, as more stuff happens, and the family tree gets wider and wider. Sagoon, something is interesting about yours. Yours is a straight line. There's no off branches. It is as if the same person keeps going on and on and on and repeating.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's not like incesty at all.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh God.
Out of all of your family trees, 3 lights glow the brightest. The first, Bo, what appears to be your great-great-great-grandmother, glows a nice tinted orange, vibrantly glowing on your family tree. Lorelei, your father's glows a deep, violent green. But out of all of these lights representing members of your family, Dwell, your father's is a light with a vibrant, explosive red. And that is the light the temple chooses. As another book appears in the Sphinx's hand, he flips through the pages chuckling to himself as he examines the information. Oh my. It appears you all will not be passing this examination, and for that I am truly sorry.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
What?
What the heck was happening?
The odds are just stacked against all of you, though I do wish you the best of luck. Temple.
Wait, you didn't even.
Please awaken Avacia's memory of the god of fire who conquered the seas.
Oh, not the One Piece music. Oh no.
Excuse me.
What is going on? Whoa!
God of fire who conquered the seas.
I'm getting
Well-
flashbanged.
As from this center
Alright.
brazier, a pillar of fire shoots, covering the ceiling. And it almost blinding all of you. Lorelei, you wince a little as the flames dance. Not close to you, but you can definitely feel their heat, and that's enough to be a little scared. As out of the flames, a figure appears. As this image, this figure steps forward. A ghost-like figure, but one that some of you will recognize as players. As if you look in the NPCs and images chat, behold, Team Overtime's opponent for the test of courage.
Man.
Holy shit.
Holy shit!
I so
Listen.
like for those of us, I mean, like obviously I know who that is, but like for those of us like
For those
Is
of
that
you,
on- is
for
that-
those
is-
of you
is that
players,
Um,
this
um,
is Captain Aaron Redstrap Rush.
oh,
At least the world's memory of him. A champion captain who fought alongside some of the strongest and bested insurmountable odds at every turn. A man who survived literally almost being swallowed by the void. And now proven, or at least according to this temple, to be Dwell's father. Now then, as this figure steps out, regarding all of you with a roguish smile and one eye sizing up each and every one of you, he rests his hands, one on the blade strapped to his back, and the other on a revolver-type pistol at his hip. As that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
bruh.
Oh.
Oh my god. So we just dropping. Oh my god.
So, now then, my friends, this is a segue point. For next week, we will not be opening back up with Team Overtime's challenge against Aaron.
Oh no.
Next week,
Oh no.
the 5-shot of the Red Strap Pirates will begin. So our lovely players, our lovely viewers, get context to the terrifying horrors that Team Overtime is about to face, and they all get to witness one of the most grand adventures and voyages that the Red Strap Pirates have endured since the end of that campaign. So, that being said, my good buddies James and Jackson were not part of that campaign as players. So they will be doing me a solid and helping me play certain key NPCs that the Red Straps will meet along the way.
Cheers.
Nice.
So one of you is playing Unzilu.
So, as the curtain closes on this session of Adventures of Avacia, Heavenless Sky, we will be turning back the clock 50 years to where the Red Strap Pirates sought and faced the Crab Queen and then the 5th Overlord of the Sea. I'm very excited. I hope the rest of you all are too.
All right, yeah, just a bit.
Absolutely.
It's time. for
And
the
I
Red
hope
Straps to
that
make
I've placed the
them.
fear in all of you who know what's about to happen to you guys.
Oh,
It's time
Yeah.
for the Red Straps to play their encore.
Yeah, I'm not him.
Holy
So,
So, like,
that
so,
being
like,
said-
going, Zach, is not good for me.
so like y'all knew about this?
Do-
Oryx
What do
and
you
Dwell, y'all knew about this?
Do we?
I
I'm gonna
I
do something because I think it's so stupid. You want to know why Dwell has freckles? Because I think she looks too much like Aaron without them. Mhm. This
was
is the
planned
exact
from the very
moment.
start.
does she?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah,
It
no,
probably-
look at me.
You know what's really
And that was
funny?
the first thing that I
on.
said to Zach.
Oh no.
Player character.
But yes,
Oh, no.
I thank everybody for coming out and watching. I hope our lovely audience enjoyed. And we'll see you all next week for the next 5 weeks. The 5-shot
God.
of not the final voyage of the Red Strap Pirates, but just one of their more exciting tales coming up. So we'll see you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
What? What?